Good evening, Internet. Good evening, Internet. My name is Eric Arnold. I am also sometimes known as the Big E, and I'm standing in my barn, which I like to call my sports barn, and I attempt to pick winners in college basketball, American college basketball. And it's a Friday evening here on the 28th of February. We're going to recap our picks from Thursday, which were more losers, just more losers, losers on top of losers. So if you like to play against the cold player, maybe this video is for you, because we're cold as, well, it's really not that cold out here right now. It's unheated, obviously, in the barn, but it's not that cold out here. I'm cold. You know, I'm as cold as the cold gets. We're going to give you a recap of Thursday, and then we have a massive slate of games for Saturday. I've said again and again that I'm going to shoot my way out of this goddamn slump. Well, that's what we're going to do, goddammit. I actually don't feel that bad. I really don't. I mean, I feel like I conquered the emotional battle last night. I didn't break anything. I didn't scream. I felt pretty good. I really, actually, when it was all over, felt pretty good. It almost just, you know, now that I no longer have that exceptional, shiny 57, 58% winning percentage to protect, it almost takes the pressure off. You almost feel liberated. This is our record. We track our record very closely here in the Sports Barn, good or bad. We have 169 winners, 147 losers. For those of you that aren't Rain Man, that works out to about 53.4%. I mean, I wish it was better, but, you know, again, the glass is half full if we're trying to figure it that way. I do think college basketball is one of the more difficult sports to handicap. This is my first year that I'm going through a whole season, start to finish, picking every day, trying to generate 30, 40 picks a week. So, you know, I'm not expecting to have the best of the best the first time out. We're still in the black, barely, but not terrible. You know, it was a hell of a lot better. But I'm starting to, you know, last night was just, I mean, you just had to almost laugh because there were so many bad beats that you just, what could you do? There's nothing you can do. You just keep telling yourself, all right, someday I'll get that one back. Someday I'll get a ridiculous break. Maybe I already got it earlier in the season, and now the gambling gods are just paying me back. But, well, let's go through it. Let's go through what all happened here. It's over here. I'm going to stand off screen so I block this black hole of light so you can see the board. There, now you can see a little bit, take the glare off. Winthrop, we were given 9 at USC Upstate. They 90 to 82. We just needed one more damn point at the end. I mean, just one less missed free throw. And they missed a couple down the stretch. And USC Upstate, every time they cranked up that desperate three, you know, the three at the end of the game where we're way behind. So now we got to crank threes because that's the only way we're going to catch up. We're 7, 8 points behind. Well, they goddamn made them. I mean, what are the chances? But so they make them, and we lose by a point. I lose by a point. I could have gone either way, one against us, bad luck. UNC Asheville, they were 2-point favorites at High Point. Maybe this one could have gone either way. We ended up getting it, believe it or not, winning 80 to 76. Longwood, also in the Big South, they were 1-point underdogs at Presbyterian. This one went the way we'd hoped. Longwood gets it done 58-55. And then the parade of shittiness started. Oakland, who should have been much the best against Purdue, Indianapolis, or whatever they're called, UP, 71-68. Shit. St. Peter's, razor sharp coming in this game. 4-point favorites up at Niagara. Apparently they only played well in the New York City metro area. They are not really, they were close at halftime and then they just fell apart in the second half. Losing 63-54 as 4-point favorites. Shit. Indiana played their guts out. They could not throw the ball in the ocean. Just could not make a fucking shot. I think with about 15 minutes to go, they had 20 points. But they played their guts out and held Purdue down. They made it close. They were right there at the end, and then Purdue, just did not miss a foul shot. Indiana missed some shots, missed some foul shots. They could not make a shot in the last 90 seconds. We lose by a point. Bad luck. They should have covered that. They should have covered that. Bad luck. We lose. Bryant. I mean, they were up, 7 points with about 2 minutes to go, and maybe 3 minutes to go. And they somehow fucked it all away. Losing 74-72. We were getting to, it's a tie. Ridiculous bad luck there. We should have covered that one. Central Connecticut State, Daniel Marshall, he manages to cover it, 15.5 points. Merrimack gets the win, gets their share of the Northeast title. Congratulations to them. They win the game 69-58. They get the title, we get the cover, everybody's happy. Louisiana Monroe getting 12 at Little Rock, never in it. Fell way behind early, never in it. 79-63 loser. Gardner Webb, 2.5 point favorites, Charleston Southern. They get it done for us, 83-74. James Madison disproved my theory that I told you about the other night, that shitty teams, no matter how good of a spot they're in, cannot overcome shittiness. And James Madison has a shitty coach. It's a shitty team. They were never really in it, falling way behind and losing 77. I couldn't read my writing. I think it might have been 77, 57, something like that. They were never in it. Loser. Montana. Oh my goodness. Montana. 2.5 point favorites at Northern Arizona. These guys had a 56, I believe it was a 50, let me get it right here. I think it was 56-55 lead with like 10 seconds left. And their best free throw shooter's on the line. He's a 93% shooter. All he's got to do is make two. We cover. Northern Arizona goes down, shoots their desperate three. They miss. We win. There's probably, I'd say, a 70% chance that would have happened. Well, he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Then Northern Arizona comes down, and these assholes foul him. So they make both foul shots. They don't miss one, so I can go to overtime and get my free roll of the dice, and we lose the game. So more shitty luck. Another loss. But this one was the one of the night. The game of the night, the bad beat of the year. Louisiana Tech. Oh my goodness. They must have been up 8 points with about a minute to go. And Pomeroy has like a chart that he uses with a little graph. He likes stats and graphs and shit. So it peaked up at around, with I think 90 seconds to go, where Louisiana Tech, who's getting a 1.5, has a 99.6% chance of winning the game. 99.6% chance of winning the game. Well, somehow they pissed it all away. Western Kentucky couldn't miss. They made every last shot. Louisiana Tech played no defense. They missed a couple foul shots, and the game goes to overtime, and then Western Kentucky just pushed them away in overtime. We lose. Unbelievable bad beat. What can you do? Eastern Illinois, they were there in the second half. Probably could have gotten there. Couldn't get it done. Shitty coach. -4.5. They win 72-70, not enough over a bad team. We lose. And then St. Mary's another one, could have gone either way. Down the stretch, Santa Clara just, every shot they needed to hit to cover, they hit it. St. Mary's just couldn't quite get there. 78-72, we probably were lucky just to get a tie. So, I figured of the outright games that, there was a clear decision, we were 3-4. So, I can live with that. I don't want to kill myself over 3-4. Of the games that could have gone either way, we had 1 win, 4 losses, and 2 ties, which is just ridiculous bad luck. So there's nothing you can do about that, and I'm just kind of like tossing that off like, oh well, so what? I've been thinking that we are going to shoot our way out of this. Luck equals preparation plus opportunity. Richard Petty said that. Probably a number of other people said it as well. Well, we have been preparing our goddamn ass off. It's about 8:45 to 9. I've blown my whole Friday night off just to do my work, do my job, put together this huge slate of games for Saturday. We are going to get out of this slump. I feel pretty good about these games on Saturday. I just feel like we're so goddamn overdue. We're bound to have a good day. I just feel like, after all that bad luck last night, I just feel like at some point something good's going to happen. I don't know what that could be, but maybe we'll actually win some games. So, what do we have for you on Saturday? On Saturday, I'd like to, I wanted to do a spiel here about the coronavirus. I wanted to give you a history lesson about the Spanish flu, but that's just going to have to wait because this video will be an hour and a half long. We'll talk about the coronavirus some other time. Hopefully there is another time. But Saturday we got 93 games for you. 93 games. Can you feel the excitement? Can you feel it? I'm juiced for this. My work is done. All I got to do now is talk about them, which is probably the thing I do best. And I don't know I do it that well. I sure as hell don't handicap very well lately. So all I got to do is talk, and then you sit there tomorrow with a beer and relax and watch some of the games. Again, I feel pretty good that I did not blow my top last night. I think maybe, if I lose, things go shitty tomorrow, I'm just going to laugh it off. We'll just come back and we'll just do it again. We'll just finish out the year. It's just an academic exercise at that point. We are learning things, though. This is not a pointless exercise in futility. Even when we lose, it's making us better. It's helping us. We're learning things. We're learning things. We're learning things. We're going to be better next year. I feel this. I feel this. Plus, I always said that this whole gambling video betting project was going to be a 5-year venture. Maybe just because, that's what they said in Star Trek. It was a 5-year plan. So we're this is year 2. Now things always take longer than you think they're going to take, so probably end up taking 10 years. But I'd be 60. I guess I'd be 61 in 9 years. So I could still be doing this. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I'm talking in a circle. Let's get to 93 games. 93 games. Now I'm going to go through these fast. So take your screenshots. It's mostly in chronological order. Subscriber F. So if you're crazy enough to play all 93 games, we actually have some 3-star games here for you. I've decided, what, I'm just going to let the model do what it wants to do, which is really what I did in college football. And I had some luck with it. And now this, in college basketball, I've been trying to, guide it and twist it and shape it. And, it's, for one thing, it's taken goddamn forever. And we haven't generated as many picks as we did in college football, despite there being 3 times as many teams and at least twice as many games. So we're just going to try to go old school like we did with college football when we were practicing. You didn't see it, but when we were practicing, we were coming up with 60 games, in a weekend. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. 93 games. Are you ready? Here we go. Noontime. We got Villanova at home. We're laying the 7 against Providence. Now, most of these games, I don't even remember who they're playing because I only had so much space here. We just wrote the team we're taking. So if I can remember who they're playing, I'll tell you. Otherwise, you're just going to hear who we got. We got Villanova -7. We got Texas, a 1-star game. Here are the rules. These are all 2-star games. 2-star games are the ones I feel, they should hit around. Well, I used to say 54, 55%. Now maybe we should say they hit around 53, 54%. Those are the 2-star games. The 1-star games are the ones I feel least confident about. They're probably going to hit around 51%. Maybe more if I, was inspired on that pick. And then the 3-star games, they should hit up around 60%. And I just haven't had any of those lately just because I don't know what I'm doing. But we're throwing some out there. So, at any rate, 1-star, 1-star. Blank, 2 stars, just because I was too lazy to write 2 stars on 93 goddamn picks. On 3 stars, 3 stars, okay? Clear? All right, here we go. Texas getting 9, believe against Texas Tech. I'm going to show confidence here. I haven't got Texas Tech right all year, but we'll take the 9 points. Texas is playing well. Texas A&M, Buzz, high energy Buzz. He's getting 11 against some SEC team. I forget who. I just don't remember. 1-star, Army. They're getting 12 points against Colgate, at Colgate. Detroit getting 2 points. We like them. Central Michigan getting 5 points. Bucknell getting 8 points. I almost had it who they were playing. I can't remember. St. Francis of New York is a 5-point favorite. I believe they're against Central Connecticut State. 1-star there. Fordham, they're a 4.5-point underdog. They're generally on the no-fly list, but they're playing another terrible team there at St. Joe's, so we're going to take Fordham plus a 4.5. Jacksonville +1. Nidget, New Jersey Institute of Technology. I think that's what that stands for. They're 7.5-point favorites. They must be playing Kennesaw State. That's the only team that Nidget could possibly be favored against on the road like that. Binghamton +9. I think they're at New Hampshire. Baltimore County 1-star, 3.5-point favorite. North Alabama +2. Vanderbilt +10.5, 1-star. Cannot remember who they're playing. Can't remember. I don't recall. Okay, here we go. Number 1 team in the country, Kansas. We're going to take them. We're going to lay the 12. Big fight last time. They played Kansas State fight at the end of the game. Kansas State will be up for this game. But I think also Kansas will be up for this game. So they probably won't sleep on these guys. They're probably just going to want to whip them. And they're so much better than they are. So we'll lay the 12. Excuse me. Break time before I choke to death. And I don't want to edit this video because when you edit the videos, it takes forever. So Baylor -8.5. I think they're at TCU. So those are basically two of the lousier teams in the Big 12, TCU and Kansas State. Florida State, this is where we like this game, 3 stars. 3 stars. Florida State -3 at Clemson. We'll take Florida State. UConn -6. I should stand over here because, I know, I forgot that we're in there's a wormhole, a lighting wormhole there. Now you can see a little better. Take your screenshot now. Florida -1. St. Bonaventure -4. I think they're playing LaSalle. I think they're at LaSalle. But hey, you know, it's Bonaventure over LaSalle. Akron on the road, they're a pick 'em, I forget where, but we like them 3 stars, so that's another 3-star game. Bryant, who just fell apart at the end there, costing us a W. We're coming right back with them -3. St. Peter's, again, they screwed us, but we're coming right back with them. They were playing so well. We're just going to throw that Niagara game off like it was just a one-off deal. We're just going to say St. Peter's is going to go into Canisius and get that game. Get that game, goddammit. I mean, you guys were playing so well, they stink. Get that game, -2.5. Toledo at home, -2. We'll take that for 1 star. Illinois State +2. Valparaiso +5. American, I think they're at Holy Cross. Holy Cross, I think, is the worst team in the Patriot. We'll lay the 9 with American. Home team, big game, Marquette. 1.5 point favorites against Seton Hall. 2 of the best teams in the Big East. Seton Hall's probably just about that much better than Marquette, but that's a tough place to play out there, particularly for the East Coast teams. It's just, you know, a long flight, and then, you know, it's just, it's not a quick hop up and down the New Jersey Turnpike like a lot of the Eastern teams are used to. So I think Marquette's got an advantage there. We'll take them -1.5. These guys have screwed us, and I'm on the warpath against their coach, Mr. Spoonhour. But they're 3.5 point favorites. At least he wins. He's won both the games I had. He just doesn't cover. So I'm sure he'll win this one by 2 again, costing us the W, but we'll take it for 1 star. Louisiana Lafayette +9.5. Western Illinois +5.5. Mississippi State, 1 star. I think they're at Missouri. I've tried to beat Conzo Martin, and I guess I'm just going to try again because I just, you know, the model says. So, you know, he sticks it to us. He is a daisy. But I think we've got his number this time, I believe. So we're going to take Mississippi State. Kentucky, this is a Don Shula game. I know we had Auburn earlier in the year, and they beat Kentucky down there, just beat the hell out of them, basically. Fouled the shit out of them. They shot 10 zillion free throws. Kentucky's going to hammer these boys. I feel pretty good about that. Kentucky is better than Auburn. That's what I believe. And I think Kentucky is going to outshoot Auburn and be able to do enough to keep Auburn off the boards. And all of a sudden, some of the tactics that Auburn was using at home aren't going to go so well in Rupp Arena. And Kentucky is going to get those guys in foul trouble. Kentucky's going to win that game. Oklahoma, 1 star, +8. I have no idea why I'm taking that game. That's why I guess 1 star is on it. West Virginia, tough place to play. Largely the same reason. I mean, West Virginia's MO is we're going to hack the living shit out of you, and they're the referees to call it. And often, you know, these referees that are, you know, usually 35 to 45 years old, they're intimidated by Bob Huggins. I mean, just look at this guy. I mean, he intimidates me sitting on my couch. So, you know, they're not, they're probably going to let WVU get away with a lot of hacking and slashing. So, I have no idea why we're taking Oklahoma, but we are. Syracuse -5.5. This is a Costanza pick. This is a total George Costanza. We're just doing the opposite of what I would think it is. You know, North Carolina, now they got their win. Now I think they're on their big run to the ACC tournament. And here they come into Syracuse and they're getting points again. And now they're feeling good about themselves. And, you know, that's the thinking. I don't know. I'm just doing the opposite. The model says take Syracuse. I'm taking Syracuse. Wake Forest, +1.5. They're going to try to parlay that huge Duke win. They've got some not real good team. I think it's Miami. I don't think Miami plays that great in the road. That's a guess. I just made that up. I have no idea. Anyway, we're taking Wake Forest at home plus a 1.5. Iowa State, crummy team, but they did win one. They're getting 6.5. They're at another crummy team, Oklahoma State. I don't know. Battle of crummy teams will take the better coach. Iowa State plus a 6.5. GW, George Washington plus 14. Drexel, how the hell did they get in there? They're off the no-fly zone somehow. They're getting 8. Gardner Webb plus 6. They won for us. Gardner Webb, hooray! I think we've won a couple different times with those guys this year. NC Central, North Carolina Central, one of our favorites in the MEAC. 3 stars, Moten, get some Moten action. Coach Moten, he's the class of that conference. He only is laying a 1.5. We think he gets it done, gearing up for the MEAC tournament. Coppin State, Juan Dixon plus 6, will take it. Citadel plus 21. Western Carolina plus 11. New Orleans plus 9.5. The model was all excited about that one, and I don't know dick about New Orleans, so we'll just leave it like it is, 2 stars. Appalachian State at home, minus 4.5. North Dakota at South Dakota, plus 7.5, 1 star, we'll take it. Greensboro, they got it done for us, did they? Now we're getting our UNCs mixed up. Greensboro did not get it done for us Thursday, but we didn't play them. Anyway, we got them for 1 star, 2-point favorites. We'll take it. Wofford plus 2, take it. Hampton at home, 1 star, minus 5. We'll take it. Asheville's a team that got it done for us. They're on the road again, plus 5. We'll take it. Western Michigan at home, 1 star, plus the 1. We'll take it. VMI at Pick'em, who on earth are they playing that they're a Pick'em, VMI? Well, if I thought hard enough, I'd come up with it. I don't have this memorized as far as who everybody's playing. I didn't have space to write it all down. So, VMI, Northwestern State minus the 1, out of the Southland. Lehigh plus 5.5. Lehigh playing much better now that they got, kid's name escapes me, but I know I looked this up numerous times. He's a sizable guy for the Patriot. He's like 6'9" white kid. He's a good player. He's a junior. They missed him the whole year. He's back. They're playing a lot better. Plus 5.5. Take it. UNLV, we like this team. We kicked ourselves that we didn't have them for the big upset at San Diego State. They've won in the impossible road game. They just won in a toss-up home game. Now they're being thrown into a we should easily win road game against San Jose State. We have a good coach. They have a bad coach. Let's see if they can rise to the challenge. We've taken them for 3 stars. Let's see if they can get the trifecta. We think this is a team that's improving. We think this is a team that's on the move. We're trying to, who knows, maybe UNLV in 3 years will be back to where they used to be. That would be exciting. Nebraska, Omaha plus 9. We'll take it. Hetty Lamar plus 12. We'll take that. Vermont, class of the American East, laying 11 against some other American East team. We'll take it. That's a team I figure is probably wanting to sharpen their razor because they're probably just not good enough to get an at-large bid. So they got to win the American East tournament next week, and they can't step on their dicks. So they better be razor sharp and get ready to kick some ass. So we'll take them. Virginia, I guess the best thing we could say about Virginia is we didn't lose with them last time. So maybe that's a plus. Maybe that's the start of a beautiful friendship where now maybe we can win, and we're going to take them plus 4 against Duke. They're at home. Duke is, flip a coin. What Duke team do you get? Do you get the Duke team that beat Kansas, or did they beat Kansas? They beat, I know they beat Michigan State, But then they lost to, Wake Forest, they lost to Stephen F. Austin, they lost to, what's with these guys? Did it lose to Austin, or was it Central Arkansas? I can't remember. Well, anyway, we're taking Virginia. 3 stars on this one. BYU -8.5. They're against, I can't get it. Pepperdine? Is that it? Anyway, it's Big 3, Little 7 in that conference. They're one of the Big 3, so we'll take them against the Little 7. Lay the 8.5. BYU, good enough to beat Gonzaga. So BYU, pretty good team. Take them. UMass plus the 12, Arkansas plus the 1, Alabama State plus 12, Incarnate Word plus 10, Southern -1.5, Arkansas Pine Bluff plus 10, Mississippi Valley State plus 16.5, Delaware at North Carolina Wilmington. They're a 3-point favorite. Well, I'm going to probably hate myself in the morning for this one, but 3 stars with Delaware. 3 stars with Delaware. Albany at home getting 2 points, 1 star. Another 3-star game, Troy, plus 11.5. I think they're playing in South Alabama. I cannot remember. Anyway, we like Troy. Troy plus 11.5. Nevada. 1 star here just because they're playing San Diego State, and I'm just kind of, the model likes this game, and I'm just thinking San Diego State might be just ready to say, all right, fuck around, time's over. We actually would just as soon rather be a number 1 seed, so let's kick some ass. Is Nevada able to hang with a very engaged San Diego State team? Yeah, we'll take it 1 star. Costanza pick. Michigan State plus 3. Interesting game there. They're at Maryland. That's probably on a TV channel somewhere. We'll take Michigan State plus the 3. McNeese State -5. Purdue Fort Wayne plus 10.5. Austin P 1 star plus the 4 at Murray State. Youngstown State plus 2.5. San Francisco -5.5. USC -3 against, I believe, Arizona State. Those Pac-12 teams are all bunched at the top there. And it wouldn't be funny if the one that merges is somebody that, is not one of the usual suspects like USC. USC, I believe, had a nice win against the other Arizona team Thursday night. So USC -3. Long Beach State plus 9. Cleveland State plus 8.5. Memphis -5. Georgia Tech -5. Maybe they're the ones that are playing Miami. I can't remember. Plus, we're 1 star here. South Carolina plus 5.5. I think they're at Alabama. That's why the 1 star is there, because I like that Alabama coach. Alabama A&M plus 10. Belmont 1 star. They're -8.5. Northern Colorado at home -7. Idaho plus a 12. Gonzaga against St. Mary's will lay the 12.5 in Spokane against St. Mary's minus the 12.5. Gonzaga beat these guys by 30 down there in California earlier in the year. Now they're coming back on, I don't know, I just think Gonzaga's a cut above. And I think these guys are starting to feel that this is their year, and they are really going to want to stomp these guys to ensure that number 1 seed. They dropped this game. They probably blow the number 1 seed, and I think it probably is important to them. So we're going to say Gonzaga gives an inspired effort, covers that 12.5. Santa Barbara, California Santa Barbara, plus 7, 1 star. Arizona -3, 1 star against UCLA. This is a toss-up game. I threw 1 star on it just for entertainment purposes. I could see this going either way. Normally I would reflexively fade Mick Cronin, but, and I guess I am, that's where Arizona's there, but he kind of, he often wins these conferences. He always won his conference with Cincinnati. He just didn't cover the spread doing it. Well, I mean, you gotta wonder what the hell I'm doing. I'm giving a better case here for half the teams I'm betting against. Oh well. Arizona -3, and finally the 93rd game of the evening. Utah State -7. They're at New Mexico. Utah State. We like that team. We think it's explosive. We think they can score. We like them on the road. The pit is not like it used to be. So there you have it. All right, so can you feel the action? I mean, my work now is done, so I just got to upload the video. Maybe I'll go out and get a couple beers. Have a nice day tomorrow. I just got to try to not pay too close of attention to it, live and die with every goddamn game. Hope that, we end up, a nice day, not -20. And then if we are -20 or -30, well, then screw it. It was a learning experience. We had some fun. We have not a great record, but we'll do better next year. I don't know that's going to happen. I actually think we're going to win some games tomorrow. I really kind of feel that way. So let's see what happens. I mean, I want to know what happens. I don't know about you. But I want to know what happens. So there's a shitload of games there for you. I'm not going to read them again. Take your screenshot here. I'm going to walk over here so the camera focuses on it and doesn't focus on me. Here, let me block this so we can, there, now you can see the whole damn board. Get your screenshot. Okay. All right. So, good weekend. Let's have a good weekend. I'll be back, who knows when, to recap this monstrosity. Eric Arnold, from me to you, good luck, good gambling.